How to invest in real estate, the ultimate beginner's guide. I love you so much that I just had to make this training. I wanted to share with you the exact formula for making money in real estate starting from zero so that you can have the life that you want. It is not as difficult as you think. It is very simple, and I'm going to lay out a step-by-step process just for you. Let's go. I'm going to give you a full guide on real estate investing. I'm going to tell you step by step with full details, websites, links, everything that you need to start investing in real estate with no fluff. So just a warning, this video is going to be a little bit longer than our normal videos, but I want to make sure I give you everything. I'm going to share with you the biggest secret in real estate investing that has changed in probably the past 2 years. This is all new information. This is going to throw out all those old videos that you are watching because this is brand new, hot off the presses type of stuff. And last but not least, I'm going to throw in some bonus tips on some big traps that you need to avoid as a newbie investor. Some of these things will drain your bank account and not get you anything. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do so you can avoid all of that crap. So let's talk about real estate investing. Noelle is a real estate investor, and I have been doing this for probably over 20 years now. I literally used to work in mortgage and banking, and I started investing in real estate in 2002, 2003. Okay, that was where my story started in real estate investing. I had a job, but I was an absolute disaster. I literally was working full time and also trying to flip houses on the side. I ended up losing everything. I had to file bankruptcy. I had multiple foreclosures, and I literally ended up in my parents' basement. So I lost everything in 2009, and I rebounded, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've done since then and some of the new and improved stuff that I do now that can make you tons of money and that I have students and people here doing all the time to make them money in real estate investing. So let me first tell you why I'm qualified to teach all of this. So like I said, I had lost everything, but let me tell you my stats now. So of course I started off in my parents' basement. I went from making just $5,000 a deal, trying to learn and scrap my way through deals, to a multi-million-dollar real estate investor with multiple streams of income. At one point, I had over 40 properties just in my name and my company's name that made me well over $250,000 a year. I now have been able to double my income year over year over year, and I literally have over millions of dollars in my net personal worth, and I make over $1 million a year in my business. I'm a mom of 5, I'm a real estate entrepreneur, and I've been doing this and teaching this for well over 3 years. I've helped hundreds of students do this, and I've been recognized in different magazines and different television shows, on radio programs, and I love sharing this information with you absolutely free. So that's some of my street creds. Like I said, I started off very poor, and now I've ended up rich, and I want to make sure that you guys can do the exact same thing. So let's get into some of this real estate investing that you need to know now. So there is so much bad information about real estate investing, and I want to shut some of those myths down right now. So one of the myths that you will hear, and this is completely untrue, is that real estate investing is hard. So many people try to convince you. I hear them like, oh, you got to grind and you have to struggle and you have to cold call people. You have to do all of this very hard and difficult stuff, and that people are going to reject you and curse you out and yell at you when you try to invest in real estate. And I'm telling you, none of these things are true if you do it my way. Now, yes, if you just start cold calling people, or if you start driving for dollars and trying to find vacant homes and skip trace and call strangers, yes, in many cases, it might be a negative experience for you. But I'm going to teach you how to do this so that people actually want your help and you can make a lot of money in the process. But I need you to first understand that that is a big myth, that real estate investing is hard and difficult and that it is people going to be yelling at you and all this other stuff. That is completely untrue. I have people that are happy when I call them and they call me for help. The second big myth that I need to bust up for you is that you need money to start investing in real estate. Okay, this is not true. I think I just told you, if you were listening closely, I literally was bankrupt. I had no money. Like, I did not work. We had lost our jobs. I lived in my parents' basement, and I was going to school just so I had something to do. My parents basically said I couldn't live with them unless I had a job or went to school. So I went to school. So I did not have very much money when I started investing in real estate. There are tons of ways to invest in real estate with bad credit and no money. So let's just get that off of the table. You do not need money or good credit to invest in real estate. And the third big myth that I need to bust up for you guys is that real estate is for the rich. This is completely false. I actually think that more poor people should invest in real estate so that they can become rich. So many times people think that you need to be a millionaire in order to start investing in real estate, but it's the other way around. Real estate creates millionaires, not the other way around. You don't become a millionaire and then start investing in real estate. You start investing in real estate when you're not a millionaire, when you don't have anything, and you amass properties, you amass income, and you amass assets that have value that bring you into the money. They will get you rich, not the other way around. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's talk about how you get a deal, busting all of those myths. So one of the things that I've created and one of the systems that I created is called Market Convert Solve, MCS. And so the first thing that you want to do when you start investing in real estate as a beginner, as a newbie, is you want to start by being a problem solver. Okay. So when I was in my parents' basement and I had a coach teaching me how to invest in real estate and teaching me wholesaling and how to do some of this stuff without using my credit and without having money, because again, I didn't have good credit and I didn't have money, he taught me wholesaling. But more importantly, he told me how to target and market to people that were having property problems. In other words, find people that are behind on their mortgage payment, people that are inherited a house that they don't want, people that got relocated and they need to sell the house, people that are going through divorce or going through bankruptcy. Go to those people and offer to help buy those properties. It's just that simple. So instead of calling or driving around in your car to find houses, all you need to do is focus on finding people that have a property problem. Again, that's the first step in the Market Convert Solve. That's my strategy. And the first thing that you want to do and you want to focus on is marketing. Find people with a property problem and be a solution to their property problem. That's step one. So let's talk about how you do that for free. So here's how you're going to find a deal for free. When I say market to find people with property problems, there's tons of different websites that you can go to right now. There's tons of different inexpensive or low-cost ways that you can find people that are having an issue with their property or are behind on their mortgage payments, and they're willing to sell you those properties for pennies on the dollars. So the first thing that you want to do is start on the internet. There's websites like Zillow, Zillow. And in fact, I made a whole video on how to find motivated sellers on Zillow for free. Make sure you watch that video. Another website is Craigslist. Again, I made a whole video on how to find motivated sellers on Craigslist for free. There's other websites like For Rent by Owner, For Sale by Owner, by calling on people, by buying lists. You literally can buy lists of people that are behind on their mortgage payments. You can buy probate lists. You can buy lists of landlords that had to do an eviction. You know, those landlords are ready to sell. Trust me on this one. So again, start thinking about what are some of the property problems that people have, and then think about how you will find them. Most of the time, you can find these people absolutely free because in many cases, like I said, they're having an issue and that is reported on public records. So if again, someone is in bankruptcy, you go to the bankruptcy court and you can literally see who's in bankruptcy. If you're going through a divorce, you literally can go to the court and get a list of people that are going through a divorce and call those people and offer to buy their properties. If someone is behind on their mortgage payments and they're in foreclosure or they got a notice of default, again, it's right in the court system. You can go to public records and find all of these people. You can make a list yourself by going to these websites for free, or you can find a list service like a list broker, and you can buy lists of people. You can call those people up, or you can mail them letters, or you can even put out signs, okay? I know you guys have seen signs that say "We buy houses." You literally can make those signs yourself. You can make them by hand, or you can buy those signs. Again, I made a video telling you how to do that from beginning to end, so I'm not gonna get into it here. I'm gonna put a little link right there so you can click that link and get that full video that I made. And this is the easy way to find deals for free. All you have to do is start changing the way you think. And again, this is the ultimate beginner's guide. So I'm telling you exactly what I did, and I'm telling you how you can do it right now, leveraging some of the websites and the technology that we have available right now. So now that you know how to find free deals, you are going to now get into what we call deal compounding. So when you first start out investing in real estate, most likely you're going to have to do wholesaling. So if you don't have good credit and you don't have a lot of money, a very, very easy way to get started investing in real estate is by wholesaling. Again, I made a whole video. I'm going to put a link in the description box for you. But wholesaling, simply put, is getting a property under contract, okay? So again, marketing to people that are behind on their mortgage payment, getting that property under contract, and then flipping that contract to an investor that will pay you a fee. They usually will pay $5,000 or $10,000. Again, I buy wholesale deals all the time. In fact, on one deal I saw the wholesaler made $26,000. But I don't care. When I fix and flip the property, I made over $40,000. So there's money to be made doing this because there's lots of people that literally are losing their properties to the banks, and you can step in and help them just by wholesaling. Once you do a few wholesale deals and you've made $5,000, $10,000 and you've been able to kind of get yourself together, you'll get into fixing and flipping. That's another very easy way to start getting larger lump sums of cash. In fact, not Noel stat, if you look this up, the average profit on a fix and flip last year was over $65,000. Again, that's more than most people make in a year. Imagine if I handed you $65,000 right now. Would you have to go to work tomorrow? Probably not. If you knew how to do this over and over and over again, and you could even do, let's just say on a low end, you just do 6 flips a year, okay? 1 every other month, times 65,000. What is 6 times $65,000? Well, it's nearly $400,000. I've already did the math because I've already done it my own self, okay? I literally have done these numbers my own self, and that's why I'm telling you it's not difficult to do. It doesn't take as much effort as you think, and it's not a barrier stopping you because you have bad credit or because you don't have a lot of money. These are things that you can do right now. And then once you finish fixing and flipping, you of course will keep some of those properties and start amassing a rental property portfolio. Then you have rental properties that are bringing you in money each week, each month, each day, however you want to do it. You can do long-term tenants and get your money each month from long-term tenants. Or you can put those properties on vacation rental sites like Airbnb or Vacation Rental by Owner or HomeAway or TripAdvisor or Booking.com, or I could go on and on and on because there's so many different websites. In fact, I keep my properties booked most of the time, 90%. And this is even in times when people are having trouble getting theirs booked. There's so much different technology out there. If you do the things that I'm telling you to do, you won't have any issues making money in real estate. Okay, so I've created a full training. I know this video was a little bit longer and this is a little bit longer for you to listen to, but I have a full training for free at noelsfreetraining.com. It's an entire course that I made just for you. It outlines the exact formula for making big profits in real estate without losing money. I teach you where to find deals, how to find them, exactly what to do. Again, it was just a little bit long to put up here, but you can go to noelsfreetraining.com and get that for free. I want to make sure that you have all of the knowledge, all the tools, and all of the resources that you need to be successful. This is Noel. To your success.